The following video contains spoilers for Persona 5 and Persona 5 Royal. One of my favorite games of all time has got to be Persona 5 Royal. The combat flows terrifically, I love the characters, the level design, and even non-Persona fans know that the music in the Persona series is legendary. Today I'm going to talk about Life Will Change, which is probably my favorite song in the entire series, and I'm going to talk about how it's absolutely brilliant. The first factor to the brilliance of Life Will Change is its context. Life Will Change plays when a calling card has been sent out to a palace ruler and the phantom thieves storm the palace to take the distorted desires of the ruler so they'll repent for their crimes. However, Life Will Change doesn't actually play in full force for a while. For the first few palaces, Life Will Change only plays instrumentally. This gives the player a really good song to listen to hype them up for the boss fight, but without the meaning that comes from the lyrics. The lyrics of Life Will Change first come in during the finale of Sai's Palace, which draws a clear connection with the lyrics of the song and the nobility of the Phantom Thieves' actions. Up until Sai's Palace, the Phantom Thieves were stealing hearts for some sort of selfish reason. For Kamoshida, Ryuji and An are in it for revenge. Sure, they want to save the other victims of Kamoshida's abuse, but that's still a part of wanting revenge. It's a similar story with Madarame. They went after him because they caught on to him because of the fan site, and their conviction strengthened because they wanted to help Yusuke, who in turn joined them for revenge. With Kaneshiro, he was extorting people, but the Phantom Thieves did it to increase their notoriety at first, and it only became personal when he started exploiting them and threatening Makoto, who in turn wanted revenge. Then with Futaba, trying to steal her heart to save her was the goal of the palace, which is noble, but the lyrics don't play because the intention isn't any form of righteous rebellion. Then with Okumura, there was of course the personal reason of saving Haru from an arranged marriage, but they still did it partly because he was a big target. Then Okumura dies and the Phantom Thieves are framed for it, teaching them a very harsh lesson. Because the team was going after bigger and bigger targets, it made the framing believable, especially with the climbing number of mental shutdowns. Their goals were not purely altruistic, and that's the harsh lesson that they needed to learn. Then, the first time Life Will Change plays with lyrics is in Sai's Palace. Their intention this time is to save Sai from what she's become, and open her heart to change. Then in Shido's palace, they're stopping a corrupt politician from taking power and letting the world burn. All of these goals show a sense of altruism that the lyrics of Life Will Change expresses, and that's why for every palace after that, Life Will Change plays with lyrics, including all of the jails and strikers. The only palace that doesn't play Life Will Change is Maruki's palace in Royal's third semester, which makes sense because I believe is made specifically to be thematic to that arc. The context does a lot of heavy lifting to make Life Will Change poignant, but the lyrics themselves help a lot in that regard too. That's right, it's lyrical analysis time, baby. The song opens with the words,
"It's not a game, I'm not a robot, and I'm challenging you."
This first plays into Persona 5's theme of rebellion. A robot is the most conformist thing there is. In fact, the word robot comes from the Czech noun robota, forgive the pronunciation, which can be translated into English as forced labor or slave. This affirmation by the singer portrays that they refuse to conform. Then there's the part,
I'm not a phantom, I'm in your face and I'm here to see it through.
as well as the "it's not a game" line that the song opens on. This is all an affirmation to the palace ruler that what's happening now is real and they can't hide from it. The next verse portrays the Phantom Thieves' conviction.
Right before your eyes, waters multiply. Got the flame right, it's time.
This portrays that the Phantom Thieves won't be stopped. The next verse then plays to a similar effect.
As the power grows, try to stop us shows. Light us will go dry, stop time.
Essentially saying that the Phantom Thieves will not be stopped. Not only did they lack the intention to stop, but it is physically not possible for them to be stopped. Then we have this next verse, which acts as the first part of the chorus.
So you know that we out there, swatting lines in the making. Can't move fast without breaking. Can't hold on our life for change.
This is a direct callback to the opening of Persona 5 Vanilla, Wake Up, Get Out There. However, the language used has changed from being speculative and saying, just imagine you're out there, to being affirmative, saying, so you know that we're out there. Then the second part of the chorus acts as a further expansion of the ideals of the prior verse.
Our voices ring out, yeah. Took a mask off to be free.
Again, the chorus calls back to wake up, get out there, changing the line's lyrics to make it past tense, because it's no longer a speculation, but an affirmation. Instead of emphasizing what stands in the way of change, it affirms that change is not only possible, but it will happen. The line also refers to masks, which are a central theme of Persona 5. People use masks to shield themselves from harm in society, and taking off a mask is analogous to freeing yourself from societal constraints and conformity by being rebellious. The awakenings all involve the Phantom Thieves painfully ripping their masks off their faces and using their personas by more freely removing their masks. Conformity is stifling and painful, and it takes courage and strength to break free. The next verse then plays the role of affirmation again.
I'm not a big fan of you, really not mine. I'm just as real I'm just as dangerous as you, so know you're fine.
Similar to the opening of the song, this verse affirms that the current situation is really happening, and the palace ruler needs to face reality. Both of these parts even have a lot of symmetry to each other. The next line sells the idea of facing reality in a different way. Rather than emphasizing not denying the current situation, this verse emphasizes facing consequences, and making a palace ruler face consequences is the central goal. Then the verse talks of the importance of facing consequences in another way. This shows how refusing to face consequences only leads to everything around you being set up to crash and burn. Then the chorus comes around again, further affirming that life will change. In conclusion, Life Will Change is a really deep song, and the absolute power behind the lyrics and the vocals by Lyn makes it one of my personal favorite Persona songs. If you like this video, I have plenty more video essays where that came from, including a video talking about how Persona 5 Strikers is both highly underrated and frustrating in quite a few places. Like, comment, and subscribe, and until next time, I've been Pin, have a wonderful time, and goodbye.